Hi guys, in this video I'll be showing you how to use buttons, image views, text views and edit texts. So yeah, let's get started. I'll make a new project, click on next and empty activity, finish. So yeah, here we have our main activity and let me open the layout file. Here's the layout file and initially we have a text view which we don't need here, so I'll just remove that. So yeah, first we'll be covering how to use buttons. So this is how we initialize a button. Now I'll leave the layout width as wrap content. So wrap content basically means that the width of the button is dependent on the content of the button, and also height, the same thing, wrap content. If we do a match parent, so what the button will do is it'll occupy the entire device width. Let me just show that to you. So now as you see, it has covered the entire screen. So I'll just change that to wrap content again. Yeah, and then now what I'll do is I'll provide this an ID, button 1. Alright, next I'll be giving it some text. So let's say click here. Now I have this button which has a text, click here. Next what I'll do is I'll provide an on-click function. So on-click functions, what they basically do is when you click the button, what happens is it runs this function whichever we mention here. In this case it's on-click function within the main activity. As of now we haven't defined this function in the main activity, so let's just do that. So I'll just copy this and public, make sure it's public always. If you do it private, the button cannot access this function. So public void and then the function name, and then here we'll pass in a view and alt enter to import the view class. Now here we can write the code for whatever we want the button to do. Like in the last video, as I had shown intents, so you can make this button have a functionality of changing intents. Alright, in this case I'll just put a toast message. So how to put a toast message is basically toast.make text and then get application context. Next parameter is our message that we want to print. So here I'll just say button clicked, and then the third parameter is our duration, basically how long we want to show the message for. So let's say we take the short length short dot show. All right, so now if we run this, so yeah, we can see that when I click on this button, it says button clicked over here. All right, so yeah, this is how we use a button. Next I'll be showing you how to use an edit text. So yeah, now I'll remove the button, edit text, and then again I'll give this the width match parent and height wrap content. All right, and now I'll give this an ID of edit text 1, and yeah, let's see how it looks. So yeah, here we have the edit text, and yeah, along with this I'll also use a button to display the text that is there in the edit text. So again, ID as, I'll give it the same ID, button 1, and oh sorry, and then again an on click, I'll set it to the previous function itself. Yeah, so it seems to give me some error. Okay, it's a constraint layout. I'd suggest not to use a constraint layout because constraint layout is usually hard coding the positions of the elements that you want to place in your layout. So I'll use a relative layout here, and now what I'll do is I'll drag this button down and I'll bring this to the center. In this button I'll have a text of click to view text. Okay, So yeah, now we have this button ready and we have the edit text ready as well. So now I'll just copy this ID, and now what I have to do is I have to go back to the main activity, and then inside the class I'll define the edit text globally so that I can access it everywhere. And now here in the onCreate, I'll initialize the edit text is equal to edit text, find view by id r.id dot edit text 1. Okay, so now we have initialized the edit text, and this part is basically for casting this to an edit text variable. So now what we want to do is we want to get the text from the edit text when the button is clicked, and then we want to display that. So for that, what I have to do is in the onClick function, I have to find a way to get the text which is given by the user in the edit text. All right, so for that, what we can do is let's have a string message. All right, and that what I'll do is I'll call the edit text dot get text. It's fairly straightforward, to string. Okay, so now what I'll do is instead of button clicked here, I'll just toast the message. So let's see if that works. So here's our app. I'll just say hello there, and then I'll say click to view text, and it gives me hello there. So as you see, now you have learned how to implement edit text and a button. Next we'll move on to a text view. Now here I'll add a text view with the width of match parent again and wrap content height, and I'll give this an ID of text view 1. Okay, and yeah, that's it. Now what I want to do is on the click of this button, I want to display the message that the user has typed in the edit text inside the text view. And before that, I'll also reposition the text view. So now what I've done is the text view is right below the edit text. Now all we have to do is define the text view and then initialize it in the onCreate. Find view by id r.id dot text view 1, and then here instead of having a toast message, what I can do is I can set the text of the text view to message. So it's that easy. All I need to do is this set text function onto the text view that I've initialized here. So yeah, this should work. Hello YouTube. Okay, now I click on the button and it says hello YouTube here. So now just to make things look a little better, you can change the font size using text size, and I can set it to 18 dp, and yeah, you can change the color to anything you want. Let's say I want pitch black. Let's run this, see the difference. Hello YouTube, you see the text has changed. So now one more small thing I wanted to tell about edit text is that you can also add a hint. Now what a hint is that before the user starts typing in the edit text, hint is basically the text that appears onto the edit text before the user starts typing. So yeah, let's say type in a message here. Okay, let's see how that looks. So yeah, now it says type in a message here. Now when I type anything, it disappears. So that's what a hint is. And now let's move on to the image view. So I can remove all of this from here. Now instead of having all of that, now I'll define an image view. Okay. Width of let's say 400 dp and height also 400 dp, and id image view 1. Okay, I have to remove this line because now text view 1 doesn't exist anymore. So now let's just reposition this button below the image view. Okay, so now what I'll do is, instead of defining an edit text, which I no longer have, I'll define an image view. I no longer have a text view as well, so I can remove that, and I don't need to initialize an edit text. Let's just initialize the image view now. Find view by id r.id.imageview1. Okay, now what I want to do is, on click of this button here, I want to set an image into the image view. How I can do that is image view dot set image resource, and here I can provide the name of the file. So before providing the name of the file, I have to put the image file into the drawable folder. So for that, I have this image, and now I have to traverse over to my drawables directory, main resources, and then drawable, and then here I'll just paste the image, and make sure that the name of your file is in lowercase. And yeah, now I can put the name of the file here, drawable.capture, which is the name of my image file. And also what I'll do is I'll add another button which I can use to clear the image view. So I'll set the ID as button 2 and text as clear image, and here layout below I can put as button 1. And also I'll have to change the onClick function. I'll make a new function with the name clear function. Now I have to define that function. I'll just copy this one, clear function, and I have to use the exact same thing, but instead of a file name I have to put 0. Now let's run this. So yeah, here's the app, and now when I click on click to view image, it loads the image here. When I press clear image, it clears the image. So yeah, that's it for image views, and I hope you learned something from this tutorial. Thank you for watching.